Hey guys, welcome to my box fight tips. I'm just on a clicks map. The map code is up in the right corner. So yeah, we're gonna get started with starters, like how you want to start. My favorite is probably this one. So there's always gonna be a wall right here when you start. And then what I would do, edit that like that, and then when that wall is there, you can push yourself up against it. You can get a wall right there. No, you can already get a whole box down. But because this is there, you won't accidentally build one right here. So then you can immediately get in your box and reset that. Make sure you reset that code though, because my friend one time came up right after the start. He came up and it's edited like this, and he just won from me. So always remember to reset that. It's a very good idea. So the other starter I want to go over, this one's a little more like defensive starter. If you don't want to like rush immediately, or if you don't want to like, I don't know, it's just good for getting a few shots off. So what you want to do, build like that, like this, and like this, put a cone down there, and then what you want to do, edit that, and then you can like peek, because they don't have, you can like look over there, but you can't see over there. So if they're over there, then you're fine. But you can see like this whole area. You can even go like this, see down there. You can see like all over, wherever you want. So yeah, that's my two starters. Next thing I'm gonna go over is like healing. So what you want to do if you want to try and heal. So what I do, I try and get in one of my corners, so that way there's only 2 walls they can try and take instead of 4. So you don't have to hold as many, especially in 2v2s. And then, so what I do is this, and then I'll edit that, because that gives me a little bit more protection. Because only my head's exposed in that. I might show, yeah. That way they have like 4 or 5 things they need to shoot through. If they do get through all 3 of those, then you come down here, and I edit like that, and I continue healing. And I don't know, it just works really well for me. That's probably the best healing strategy I have. Otherwise, just heal whenever it works well. Okay, so now we're gonna go over like the pushes I do and like the strategy. So one of my favorite, hold on, I'm not sure I'm recording, hopefully I am. So one of my favorite things to do is like this. So say there's a guy over there, I like to go like this. Just like works really well. So I edit that like that, and that way I can get shots like that, but they can't shoot me. And this is the reason I have to have the cone, because if I didn't have that cone, I'm in the air much longer, and that can be a big disadvantage depending on how good your opponent is, because they can do a lot of damage to you once you're in the air for a while. That's why the cone's there, because then you don't jump for as long. The next thing you're gonna want, I'm gonna go over is one more offensive push, basically. So I think this one works pretty well. So just like that, and then it depends on how good you are at editing. So then you just want to do like that. This is just the fastest way if you're good to get to the enemy side, and then you can box up over here and come up and stuff like that. So basically, you just create a perimeter for if you want. You can even this is better than tunneling. Because if they're right there, then they can shoot you. But since you put the stairs down like that, they can't shoot you at first, and then you're ready for them. So you can go like this, and then bang, bang, bang. So yeah, that one works pretty well. And this is basically a tunnel system that you just put around the perimeter of the box fight map, and it just works pretty well most of the time. So next we're gonna go over more defense. I'm gonna restart the round because I'm almost down mats. So what I would do for defense, if I'm like low or something, I would get in a corner and I would just cone. And if you had no heals, I would just do this. And then that's what you can do, something like this. You can just make sure you don't peek much. That's what I always mess up at. I always peek way too much. and it usually gets me killed right away. Another defensive strategy, so just like sit in that cone and wait for someone, because a lot of people try and come up and take your walls, and once they destroy it, if you are like really fast, and I do this for starters sometimes, like when I start the round, but I'm not sure, it doesn't always work, because once you've done it once, then the other person already knows. I just hide in this cone, I wait for them to come up, one pop them. Honestly, that's what I do. So, yeah, it's one of the things you can do. Another one is, for defense, so say you're in your box to try and take your walls, I just build those to make like a kind of like, I don't know, environment that you normally be in. Try and take your walls, okay? So I'm out here trying to take their wall. I don't even know why I just built that. Try and get their wall. They're still holding it. I can't get it. What I would do, like that. See how there's a, what the heck? Where did that stair get built? Oh, above me. So instead of trying to take their wall, I'd try and get in their box like that. I know it's been shown before, but it's really good for box fights, especially if you can get this other floor down. This is more of an offensive thing, I guess, but I'll explain what you do on defense if this happens to you. And then you can just boom, and they're probably gonna be right there. So what I'd suggest there, edit like this, because if they're in that corner, they'll try and get to this open space to shoot you. No, and then you go like this, and they're in that open space, you shoot them. So it's that I've learned from Razor X, who's just like insane controller player, and it's just a really good strategy. So again, you go like this, they're in that corner most likely, because that's where they're gonna be holding their wall, either that corner or that corner. Either way it'll work. You go like that, you go like that, because they won't expect that stair reset. They'll probably think you're gonna like try and do something else, but then no. So yeah. So the way I would run away from this, so let's reset, let's put this like, so they got my wall, or they didn't get my wall because technically I was holding that, but they got this stair in my box. I'm like, oh shoot, they're gonna edit it. Instead of keeping holding this wall or trying to like break their stair, what I do, I edit out and just build another box and reset that wall really fast. So like this. And then that way, they have to try again and again and again. And you can use this for healing, because they're still going to be trying to do their snazzy edit trick and stuff. Yeah. So, and then another thing for, let's say it's like you're super low, you don't know what to do, just you want to get some shots at them and be safe at the same time so they don't hit you. You could come up here, make sure you have walls on every side of you, and I'd put a cone even. No, that would kind of mess you up. You would come over here, and this is what you can do. It depends where they are. If they're over here, you want to do it like that. If they're over there, you'd want to do it like this. Either way it'll work, but this is better than editing a window, because like when you edit a window, they can pretty much, like, there's only one spot you're gonna be, but when they edit this, you could just jump out on them. They wouldn't expect that. They'd be looking for you to peek it like this or something. I don't know. That's just something I've done maybe a couple times. Only really when I'm really low, and it's worked literally almost every time. So this is a kind of cool edit for that too, because if you're right here, they can't shoot your head, so less damage for them. Maybe they can. Hold on, let me test that. So like right there. We're testing science. Yeah, they technically can't really shoot your head, depending on where you're peeking from. Yeah, they couldn't. So you can also put that floor right there. Now that I think about it, that's kind of a good idea. Because then if they're down low, if they're like over there, they don't have, see, I'll show you. They don't have a great, like, yeah, they can only see like part of your body, and they can't shoot that head, remember, because that wall's in their way. And So that means, but look, I can see them in the corner. Like that. And, oh, I have one more thing on that cone peak. So when you're like this, if they're over there, you do not want to go like this. You want to go like this. Because that way, they can't shoot you. If you're like this, the strategy is completely useless. You're still exposed just as much. And it just doesn't work. Anyways, that was probably a few box fighting tips. If you want 1v1 tips, leave a like and subscribe. Turn on notifications. Yada.